all of them. Raila Odinga died a few days ago in India. Doing what? Getting medical attention. When he got there, what did they ask him? You want Western music or you want alternative music?
Hello, my people. Today we are going to talk about the increase in Africans' medical tourism to India. India is not considered, or is still considered as third world country or emerging economy. You can say that, but you can still say that the third world country. But Africans, have been traveling to India for medical attention or for medical purposes. You know what I mean? And when you look at the abundance of medical doctors we have in Africa, and even those that are in abroad, if you calculate all the medical doctors that are from Africa that are working abroad, there will be more than, let me not put it, exaggerate this figure. There will be more than 5,000 or even 10,000 medical personnel. Not talk about the nurses and the medical technicians, we have across the Western world from Africa. And you wonder why Africans are spending a lot of money to travel to India to seek medical attention. Is it because we don't have qualified medical doctors, or we don't have medical equipment? And I don't think that the Indians they manufacture medical equipment. I know they manufacture drugs in India, but I don't think they manufacture medical equipment there. I think they buy stuff from the West. Some of the advanced medical equipment they use in India. And that brings me back to why can't the people, the politicians that are in charge of resources in Africa, why can't they afford to buy this stuff, all this medical equipment that will help our doctors, do well and install them in Africa? Because when you consider the price, not even when you go to India, you're gonna pay for the hospital bills and stuff, consultation stuff bills. You talk about flight ticket. You know what I mean? How much it costs to travel from Africa to India? That alone should be, if you pay it, if you have this equipment or these experts in Africa, that alone should go into medical bills for those that are sick that are going to India. Because most of the time why some people raise money to go to India is because when you look at the West, the cost of going to West for medical treatment is so high that it's only the politicians that can afford that. But there's no reason why that Africans should be traveling to other continent to get medical attention. There's no reason why. You know what I mean? Because you cannot see somebody like, let's say, somebody in Spain or even somebody in England traveling to even America to get medical attention. No, they won't do it. Or somebody in Spain going to traveling to Britain to get medical attention. They won't do it. They have the best doctors and they have equipment. And somebody put it down. It's not like Africa where you have good doctors in Africa, good medical doctors, good nurses. Why can't we give them a novel environment so that our people will not be spending a lot of money to travel to different continents to get medical attention? Because I don't think that I'm not thinking that why people want to go to India is because India they produce the best medical doctor in the world. No, it's not. It is because one is relatively cheap, and and not only that, is that India they put more, they pay more attention to their health, like buying these medical equipments their people need. They take it very serious, more than what we see in Africa. What we see in Africa is that those politicians, instead of them to do the right thing, to put these equipments in place, they won't do that. What they want to do is to travel to the West to get this medical attention or medical treatment. And you know who wins in this city, in this situation is the West that wins. You know what I mean? Even though they will still win if you want to buy medical instrument. But the thing is, we don't even pay for that medical instrument. They win. You go and pay the medical bills. Not only that, you pay to travel there to the West. And when you travel to the West, you're gonna stay one place. All this is money. But if we have stuff like that in Africa, everything working, there's no reason why to travel to the West or to India for medical attention. And what our politicians forget is that even if it is even better for our politicians to get this equipment, even if they don't trust our medical doctors in Africa, they can even pay those medical doctors in abroad to come and treat them in Nigeria, in Africa, a country like Nigeria or Ghana or Kenya, many places, you know what I mean, or Uganda. They can pay them to come and treat them there, and they're gonna save money and they're gonna have a better care than traveling to abroad, you know, to get this medical treatment. And the worst and there's one sad stuff about it is that some people will say travel to India and die there, and when they die there, it's now is now kind of a big bill to pay, because now you're gonna take the person's corpse back to Africa. You have to pay a lot of money to do that. Even in the West as well, people have traveled to West, you know, to get treatment, and they die there. You know what I mean? So I think our politicians should do the right thing and make self good, so that our people will take this health seriously, and people will get treatment in their own country, because that's where they have the best care for. The family can take care of them. But if you consider somebody's gonna go to India, a sick person, he's gonna need somebody that's gonna take care of them. So all this is very expensive. Thank you for watching. Peace.